How was the Stone Age family? A bit rocky? I presume. Prehistoric times were really unstable and dangerous. Risk of death was constant. And then if the global temperatures start cooling down, let's just say, it doesn't make things easier. Homo sapiens have been around for 2 to 3 lakh years. They grew a capacity for language about 50,000 years ago. And the last period of glaciation, often called the Ice Age, ended just about 11,700 years ago. So how did humans manage to survive in such harsh conditions with ice predators like mammoths, saber-toothed tigers and big wolves still around? First of all, an ice age can refer to any period in the history of the planet when colder global temperature lead to glacial expansion.
Scientists have found that these differences in temperature are caused by variation in Earth's orbit and shifting plate tectonics. Ice ages are capable of lasting hundreds of millions of years. These periods include warmer interglacial intervals where at least one major ice sheet is present on the planet. Our planet's temperature has varied a lot during its lifetime. For most of the Jurassic period, no snow or ice existed anywhere on Earth. So basically, when global temperatures prevent snow from fully melting in some areas, it's called an ice age.
Yes, that means ice age is still going on. We are in middle of it as the Antarctic and Greenland remain intact sheet of ice.
There have been at least 5 main ice ages in Earth's history, with approximately a dozen glacial expansions just in the past 1 million years. The largest of which peaked 650,000 years ago and lasted for 50,000 years.
The most recent glaciation period, which is what most people refer to when they say ice age, reached its peak coldness some 18,000 years ago, before its interglacial interval began 11,700 years ago.
Life was, of course, affected strongly by these dramatic climate swings. Many animal species were driven to extinction by increasing and decreasing glacier over the planet.
So how did the humans live during the ice age? How did they survive?
Well, as we have already discussed, an ice age doesn't refer to Snowball Earth. Not everything was frozen, just that planet's average temperature fell down by about 8 to 17 degrees.
By the way, Snowball Earth also did occur about 75 crore years ago, and it may have been the birthplace of complex animals. But that's a different video that we will come out with soon. Don't forget to click subscribe to make sure you don't miss it or a lot of other stuff that we are coming with. Anyways, coming back to the ice age.
At the height of ice age, glaciers covered about 25% of land area, as opposed to about 10% now, which left the other 75% for humans to live on. Northern continents were affected more than their southern counterparts, which mostly remain tropical and subtropical, though more humid during ice ages. The great deserts of North Africa and Western North America today were mostly vast grassland with large permanent lakes. So, people at the equator were much more comfortable in the cooler weather, while people in south were colder, but not freezing.
It doesn't mean it was easy. Many animals who couldn't adapt or move fast enough south died at the hands of natural selection.
For most of the last glacial period, our ancestors were living in Africa. The Homo erectus left Africa during the height of the Ice Age and spread across Asia. Sea levels were up to 450 feet lower than today. During the coldest periods, as a major result, volume of the world's water was locked in 1 to 2 mile thick glacial sheets covering thousands of square miles. So more of land was exposed. It resulted in Siberia being connected to Alaska. This is when humans used the route to migrate into the Western Hemisphere to become the first Native Americans. Humans at the time were 10 times more durable than most modern people. Most skeletons found show that they had been broken and healed bones on an average than a modern rodeo bull rider. There is also evidence that they used fire, certainly had stone, bone and wood tools. Also, as energy is converted into heat by the body, and we get energy from food. In order to keep their body warm and lower the risk of hypothermia, humans living in colder regions have to eat a lot constantly.
Their diet consisted of so much fat that a cardiologist would faint.
They had to develop their senses and skills as there was low plant life and plenty of big predators like big bears and wolves.
By the way, this is when researchers believe humans befriended some of these wolves who then evolved to be the man's best friend. For more on that, check out our video on evolution of dogs.
They wore furs and used materials like grass as stuffing in simple shoes for extra insulation. They used bones to make swing needles and discovered fiber plants that could be used as thread.
At night, along with fire, they most probably would have cuddled close together to keep each other warm. The people on the outside and near the middle would may have taken turn. I cannot provide you with the scientific evidence for that, but I did see it in movie. And they had a lot of babies as most of them died. So they kept having babies. They were uncompromising on our survival.
Ice age doesn't come or go overnight. It's slow process. People don't stick to one piece of land. If land didn't provide, they moved.
Humanity survived by becoming more intelligent and adaptable, by developing new tools and technology, changing food habits, and becoming more sophisticated at hunting animals.
Humans developed significantly during the most recent ice age and emerged as the dominant land animals as the axe, saber-toothed cats, giant ground sloths, mammoths, and other megafauna that ruled during the glacial period went extinct by its end.
While humans were using land bridges to spread to new regions,
the reason for their disappearance is not accurately known, ranging from being hunted to extinction by humans to disease. These are among the Ice Age mysteries that have yet to be fully solved. By the start of the warmer interglacial interval, humans were in different positions all over the world, capable of taking advantage of the favorable conditions by developing agriculture and domestication techniques.
Scientists continue to study and collect the evidence to gain more insight into Earth's history, so that it can help us determine its future. But the most important outcome of the recent Ice Age is clear: the development of Homo sapiens. Humans didn't just survive during the Ice Age, they thrived. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any feedback, please let us know in the comment section below. And bye bye, hasta la vista, tata.